Welcome to Perpetual Backlog Podcast, the gaming podcast catered for you to listen and get through that pesky backlog of yours. With hosts like Aqua, I have no idea what I'm doing, Dalit Duskwhite,
Come for the games, stay for my friends trying to kill me with their horrible puns,
and Leek Whipple.
Hey, this is Leek coming at you with a funny one-liner that I've been ordered to record, but the joke is I can't think of anything, so yeah, finger guns, pew pew, totally cool.
Guess what I did this week?
Did
not
you
play
do-
Persona.
Oh my god, that is... I did not play Persona this week.
Hey, wait, was that it?
Yeah, I did not play Persona this week. I didn't even touch my PS3 this week. On PS4 this week, actually.
Ooh.
I finished all of Resident Evil 7, including both DLCs. I did my second playthrough, did the Not a Hero DLC and the End of Zoe DLC. And I'm extremely sad because I want to play more Resident Evil 7, or Resident Evil, like, in that format, in the way 7 does its format, because I think it's really good.
So 8. You're waiting for 8.
I'm waiting for 8, yes.
You're waiting for it.
Yeah, I want to play
You
8.
can play through it in VR.
No, I can't because I don't have VR.
Okay, well,
and
fair enough.
I'm not spending PS5 money on a VR headset, so...
Oh, that's a mood.
Yeah, so... I'll start with
Be reasonable, damn it. Come on.
I'll start with the Not a Hero DLC. You get to play as Chris, good old my boy Chris Redfield.
Which Chris? The Chris or who is he Chris?
I mean, they're all Chris.
I think Aqua
You know
had
what
players,
I'm
though.
talking
Who is
about.
that guy? The
Yeah.
Chris that is Chris in name only at the moment.
All right.
Well, yeah, that we assume is supposed to be the actual Chris Redfield. All right, he acts like the actual Chris Redfield.
Okay.
God, why
Like
did they make him look like that?
Because they're doing because they did actual faces for people
I
instead
mean,
of.
I understand that because the Resident Evil engine, the RE engine is fucking wonderful. The faces look amazing.
Yeah,
But then why does he look the way he does in
I guess because people probably complained. Oh, and I mean, you saw the plaster of what Chris is supposed to turn into, right?
So yeah, this is something I've been speaking to Leek about. Like, I've seen this image floating around for a couple of months now, but I couldn't find anything on it. And finally, boom, up on Steam. It's official.
Yeah. I'm assuming he looks like that because he has some weird shit that probably goes on with him and turns into a werewolf.
Fuzzy boy, fuzzy boy, fuzzy boy.
Awooga.
The Not a Hero DLC starts you off as Chris during the pretty much right alongside the events of Ethan going through the mansion, or going through like the whole area.
Yep.
But this is after you deal with Lucas's little like play games in his house, because the person you're going up against in the DLC is Lucas himself. Like you're tracking him down because apparently Lucas has some tangential connection to these biological companies that are working on like this whole mold virus or whatever that's going on. Because he's actually like before this all happens, he's actually a student at a college nearby, also performing these types of experiments that happened with Evelyn. So he's doing that and taking that information and actually selling it to other companies. So he's like pretty much an informant, like a slight informant for Umbrella, but since he's been taken over by Evelyn or whatever, he's going crazy.
I mean, as one does.
Yeah. So you go through it. If Ethan played like Chris, I feel like I'd have felt much better playing as Ethan.
Oh, I see.
But it makes sense that Ethan doesn't play like Chris because Ethan doesn't have the 17 years of zombie fucking up experience that Chris does.
It's true. Chris is an established veteran.
Yes.
And Ethan is some guy that his girlfriend was involved with some
just a
pharmaceutical company.
He is just some guy.
Yeah.
Ethan is literally an NPC in any other game.
Yeah. I hope Ethan in 8 acts a bit more like more tactical combat wise than he does in 7 since he's been through this. I hope he so what I'm getting at is in the Not a Hero DLC when you're playing as Chris or whatever, you get the old type of like combat that Chris was able to do in like or like that Leon was able to do in 4 and that Chris was able to do in 5 and 6, where you shoot somebody in the head and they do the stagger thing and you can walk up and punch them. You're not able to do that as Ethan because Ethan's just literally trying to survive.
Yeah, he's not gonna punch any zombies.
Yeah.
He doesn't want to go near him.
But you can do that as Chris in the DLC. Chris also gets a helmet that it has a HUD on it, so you can actually.
So is Chris just hunk now?
I mean, kinda, I guess.
Interesting.
I mean, all of the actual people that like had to go through Raccoon City, like fight like they have a decent bit of combat, because like anybody you used in 6 could shoot somebody and then go up and punch them or like kick them or something.
Correct.
Leon was able to do it in 4. Everybody was able to do it in 5. I mean, it's just how like Ethan's like literally the odd man out because he's a person that wasn't part of he wasn't a police officer or anything. He wasn't STARS. He's literally Joe Schmo.
He is that guy in Typing of the Dead that you're trying to spell supercalifragilisticexpialidocious,
Yeah.
and you just do it in time for Ethan.
Yeah. So
He's stumbling away.
You're Chris. You're going through the mine that Ethan goes through towards the end of the game, but you're tracking down Lucas, and you get like stuck in this main area where you have to go into these 3 separate doors, and to get pieces of equipment that allow you to go through the other parts of the doors. So I had to go to this one area, and I was stopped by me needing a key. So I had to backtrack all the way to this other area, that when I got a key, I can open up the door to try and help one of my people. But he was already pretty much dead, so I had to take his respirator from him, or I was able to take his like filter from him so I could actually breathe in the heavy condensed like infected areas. Then I had to use that, go down into this one area that was infested with the super mold zombies that I can't kill, so I had to run down there to grab a couple of bullets that are able to kill those things and night vision goggles, or like a night vision thing that goes into my HUD. Then escape that area and go into the dark area that is set with a bunch of traps to get the clown key that opens up all the doors that I need to open up. And I do that. It opens up like this it's like it kind of looks like a vault door from like Fallout, but it's like not.
Okay.
It's like part of a drill, I guess. And
okay.
And I had to go in there and had to fight off a couple waves of zombies because Lucas was like, "Here, you're stuck in here for now." And then after you beat the zombies, he was like, "Well, I didn't expect you to do that, so I'm just gonna set this place afire, and you have like 5 seconds to get out of here." So you escape through the thing. You get through that, and then you end up in the like this mine is somehow like connected to the college that's nearby, or like the medical center, and you end up in there. You search through a bunch of like files that that shows that they were experimenting on like the virus in there, and you find Lucas. You confront him in this one main area, which is like how Resident Evil is. As soon as you get to an area that looks like a boss room, it's 100% a boss room. Big old square place. You kill him, or whatever, or like you kill him, and then he's like, "Oh, I'm going to turn into a monster," because that's what all Resident Evil bad guys do. And he turns into like a tyrant. Like this guy looks like a gigantic mold tyrant.
What a show off.
And he's easy to kill. He's got this like you have to keep going to an oxygen tank because your oxygen tank keeps the like going out, and but you just pretty much run around in a circle and shoot him in the heart a bunch of times, and then he's dead. And then
right,
because that's like what you do as tyrants. So I mean, most tyrants you have to shoot in the eyeball, but he didn't have an eyeball. And yeah, you pretty much get out of there. Like you didn't really learn much other than like what like they were doing there, and you got like the files that he was supposed to be sending to. You were able to stop him from sending the files to another company. Like the lady you're talking to on the phone or whatever, she's like, "You need to find a way to stop the upload or whatever," and all he does is fucking shoot the computer.
In typical
Chris
action RPG status. What do we do with technology? We just beat it to death.
Yeah.
I mean, it's typical Chris. I mean, he punches boulders.
It's Chris me. Yeah, that's right.
It is Boulder. It's Chris Boulder Puncher. This is true.
Yeah.
And you get out of there, and then, in the beginning, so in the beginning of the DLC, you actually learn, that Umbrella went from being a pharmaceutical, company to a PMC. So pretty much they're policing the world into like they're going after people that are doing biological experiments and all that crap. But like Chris is reluctantly working with Umbrella.
Really?
Because like his one of his his first lines are like, "And you guys are sure this isn't from you, right?" And the lady is on the phone. We're like, "We don't do that anymore. You're strictly at PMC now and all that." He's like, "Okay, he's like, "I don't believe that 1 second, but okay." He's like, "I'm only working with you because like I think the BSAA got dissolved after 6.
I wouldn't be surprised.
So that answered my question at the end of playing like normal 7 was like, why in the hell is Chris working with Umbrella?
It was a big question we had, so fair enough.
I mean, I guess he's been through a lot. And can you really see him like doing a regular job after all that? I don't think so.
Yeah, but like, the one company you think he would not work for would be Umbrella.
I know. He probably like sat on his chair in his room contemplating this, punching a boulder, trying to
just staying in shape.
It's just a help like method he has now while he's thinking. He just punches. People have like the squeezy stress toys. He has a boulder. He periodically punches.
Oh yeah.
But yeah.
But
we have our video games. Older generation has stamp collecting. Chris punches boulders.
Yes.
All right. But this isn't the DLC of punching. All right. Now you do punch as Chris, but I mean that's just to do normal RE stuff. All right. The next DLC is the end of Zoe. All right. You play as Joe Baker, who is Zoe's uncle and Jack's brother. All right. And he's like some backwoods like fucking Louisiana redneck type of guy, right? he's like walking like I don't understand like how he even got here in the first place, but he's like when he gets introduced, he's like walking through the woods, comes up across a couple of umbrella soldiers or whatever, and they're like over Zoe's body, and he's like, "What are you guys doing to my girl?" or to my niece or whatever. Beats him up, takes him and like captures him, and then he like interrogates like one of the guys that wakes up. But like it you don't get much of a background on him because he just kind of shows up because like this whole like the Bakers being like infected and everything from Evelyn, that's over a span of 3 years. So like does he just like never check up on them ever between like in all those 3 years? Because he's not infected himself.
He's not. Okay.
No.
That was gonna be my first question.
Because he just randomly comes up and it's like, okay, well, what the fuck is going on here? So yeah, Joe's combat is literally you punching.
Yeah, you'd mentioned this.
You do nothing but punch. All right.
Not a single gun to be found.
Not a.
Are you sure he's not infected? Because if he's punching fully armored,
dude,
like...
this guy is buff as fuck.
Okay.
He works out. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and say this guy wrestled alligators for fun.
Well, you've answered your own question. That's exactly what he's been doing.
He even has a
all
notebook.
That time.
He has a notebook. So he has like a combat notebook or whatever.
Okay.
That you're supposed to read to like get like your combo ideas for like punching and shit or whatever. And he's like, you do right, left, right to knock them out, and then left, left, right to do like a bit of extra damage and like yada yada yada. So he's like been like he's like his arms are like it's like the typical like your like typical buff elder dude that has like
so
like his
what I'm hearing is he is the South US version of Ryu, and he's gone off into the wild practicing all these moves, and he comes back eventually.
Actually,
so it's funny you should say this because I've gone and I've looked him up, and in Street Fighter V, the hot Ryu skin is just Ryu with a beard, and this is just old Ryu with a beard.
So,
you
guys are slight Critical Role fans, right?
Yeah.
Earthbreaker Grun is probably what I would akin him to, which is the monk dude that Grog has dealings with a couple of times. He's like a 60s. Yeah. See that guy right there. Like, you could just, like, you look at his hands. His hands are just, like, massive. But
all I'm saying is I wouldn't want him to punch me in the face.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't want him, because his punches blows up the heads of the mold
Thank you
zombies.
for being so campy, Capcom.
like when you see his hands, like, because there's a first person, so like all you really see is his hands, right? They're like massive, old, weathered, like, sun weathered, veiny hands. So like they literally look like he's worked out like most of the time of his life, and not like special, like not like fucking Arnold Schwarzenegger workout, like just like he's done a lot of lifting.
He's lifting Zoe right there in that image.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, she gets she's like on the verge of like I guess not like dying, but like becoming like an actual monster herself. When he finds her, and so his job, like all he's trying to do is get the serum, like get the vaccine for her, because there's one made. And that's where like the Umbrella people were going to take her to get her the vaccine, but he like kind of stopped that. because obviously he didn't know what the fuck was going on. So you're going through the swamp area, trying to find, because you have to find two parts of the vaccine, because you find one and the guy's like, that was only half of it, the other half's in like in our base or whatever. And so you have to go find another part, and this is like throughout the whole entire swamp. There's alligators, by the way. So you have to.
I remember those bastards in 5.
you have to sneak around alligators if you don't have these like handmade like spears that are made, and those spears are like a one-hit kill on the alligators. There's a certain type of mold enemy, the ones that crawl on like 4 feet and run around. You have to use the spears on them too. You can punch them, but they're a lot harder to kill, and they like 3-hit you.
This is starting to feel a lot like The Last of Us all of a sudden.
But you don't have to use the spears on the regular mold monsters or whatever. You can just punch them to death. There is a sneaking mechanic too. When you get behind enemies or whatever, you can do like an assassination move on them. On the regular mold monsters, you just come up behind them and like grab their head and just snap it off.
Oh, whoa.
On the ones that crawl on the floor, you come up behind them and you just stomp their head in. So
exciting.
Yeah, the big bad in this one is Jack Baker. This you actually like he for some reason he just doesn't die throughout the whole entire story of 7. Like after you kill him as Ethan, and so you pretty much
say Jack's back. Does he? Does he appear and go Jack's back?
No, he doesn't even talk. He's at this point in time he's like too lost and like foregone in this. He's like the only bit of like semblance that it's Jack is that you rip a part of like the mold off and you see part of like a quarter of Jack's face. Yeah,
gross.
everything else is mold zombification and all that. You fight him twice, or like you actually have a proper boss battle twice against him. The first time though, the first time you get the fucking pile drive him. You grab him and you grab him like from the waist and just like lift up and just slam his ass down on the ground. It's hilarious.
Very good.
Vince McMahon approves.
Yeah. In the second fight against him, I didn't see anything too spectacular, but he does a lot of different moves against you. Your blocking is means a lot more in this game than it does in the actual game, because you don't take as much damage, mainly probably because Joe Baker's like pretty fucking sturdy. Right before you get in that fight though, you run into an umbrella weapon that they just somehow, so for some reason made or whatever, but it's a fucking glove. It's like a metallic glove that you can charge up and punch, and it does like a super punch. It one shot. It fucking one shots like normal monsters. So you just like walk through and you and like when you charge up, it goes charging in 3, 2, 1, and then you can let go, and it just fucking does a lot of damage. So like this picture here that you posted, there's a picture you get after you beat the game that is the same thing, but in his left hand he's wearing the glove.
Fair enough.
But yeah, that's pretty good. And you get Zoe out. You give her the vaccine, and she's awake. You get her to like a hospital or whatever, and then game's over. And that was the last of the DLC. And now I have to sit and wait until May 7th for Resident Evil Village, which I already have pre-bought and everything. So
All right, short time, only a month.
Is that
February's gonna be
PS5
gone in a
only?
flash.
no, it's PC, PS5, PS4.
Ah, right.
I played a little bit of East 8, because I should probably get through that. And,
Yeah, I wasn't sure if it was like exclusive for a short period of time before it was released on other things.
Nah, it's it comes out on everything on May 7th, I think.
Yeah, okay. I just because the demos are staggered as well, so I was like, eh?
Yeah, and let's see what else. I don't think I. Oh. So I was looking through my list of games, and I was bored one day, and I could have easily turned on Persona 5, but I didn't.
At least he's honest.
I downloaded and started playing Deus Ex. Played that for a good like 10 hours, not 10 hours, like 5 or 6 hours or whatever. That game's all right. It's really hard because in places you kind of really have to sneak, and I really hate sneaking. And I was like looking, and I was like gonna download because the Deus Ex I'm talking about is Human Revolution. I have the director's cut on that one. I just never like played it and beat it. So I was playing that, and then and then the next day, when I woke up, Steam gave me a notification. It goes, "Hey, one game on your Steam wish list is on sale." Just so happened to be Deus Ex: Mankind Divided, which is the sequel to that game, was on sale for 85% off. So it was like literally like $5.
That's a lot of that's a lot.
It was like $5, and not only that, the bundle for it, which comes with the season pass, was like also on sale as well. So like it was like the full thing was on sale. So I got that in the season pass for like $6. So I was like, okay, well I guess I'm gonna have to actually play Deus Ex Human Revolution so I can play Deus Ex Mankind Divided. So I'll get through that at some point. But yeah, I think that's all I played other than League of Legends. Yeah, that's all I played.
Hey, sounds like a good time.
Yep. What about you guys?
Cool. Well, see, I was here we go. Like I've talked to them before about this. I'm gonna try to pronounce words I've never pronounced before this very day. Yeah, I played around with something called Mirdar Sander, which is basically a game. Well, I say game loosely. Game by KUZRD on itch.io and also on Steam, I do believe. But it's not a video game like we traditionally know it. It's more like a visual exploration experience. So we were talking about Pokemon Snap the other week, and I stumbled upon this while not really wanting to play a game because I didn't have time. But I was in the mood to have a mental break from work, and saw the photography element to it. So I was like, aha, it's kind of relevant. So just some geographical history, just to keep you up to date with all the things why I was interested in this. So Mirdar Center is basically it's an outwash plain region in the southern point of Iceland. So it's not a town or anything like that. It's just an area. And outwash plains are basically, let me see. It's basically, just to put it simply, it's an ice cap. An ice cap. Okay, so basically, a Jökulhlaups is a glacial outburst flood that happened because an ice cap called Mýrdalsjökull had a volcano erupt underneath it, and basically an ice cap go boom, icy glacier, floodwater go whoosh, and bada bing, bada boom, an outwash plain called Mýrdalssandur was created. And so that is the setting of this exploration game. And I'm going to loosely call it a game because there are exploration points you're encouraged to find via a visual tourist board you stumble across. There are also in-game markers that you find on your wanderings. So the first and then you're also given a camera once you stumble upon this game marker, just by literally walking out of the area you start in. This camera has basic controls to adjust its settings, so this isn't just like a press a print screen button kind of thing. You get to adjust the frame of your photo, the zoom, that kind of like as you would do on a normal camera.
Yeah.
And there is makes it have basically a creative outlook, which is nice. I feel that was very relaxing. The exploration side is very, I don't know, very chill. And there's not an intended pun because Iceland is freaking cold, but the Icelandic environment you're presented with is very foggy and it's kind of eerie as well. So like the lighting was also low because just basically of the area of the world you're in. And I got lost a few times just trying to stumble across because there's no map or anything. You're literally just like allowed to wander as you would if you were there in person. And
Very Silent Hill.
Yeah. It was so creepy but interesting, and I just kept wandering around. So basically beyond that, there's no map. There's just that one tourist board, and it gives you like points of interest that you can eventually find. Try to take photographs, and if you like basically find these areas that it wants you to direct you towards, you get this weird jingle. It's like, well done, you found this bit. Now go off again. So yeah, it scratched an itch for me because I'm stuck in a room for ages, like for months and months and months. So I was just able to explore somewhere I'd never seen before and don't have a chance to go yet because flight restrictions and stuff. So I was like, just imagine, like there is a VR bundle that you can get as well. There's like a VR capability with this, and I just thinking about how I would feel using this in VR as well. On top of that, that'd be amazing. And it looked gorgeous. Like I had to basically put all the graphical settings to the lowest it could go because my computer is not very good at all.
Wow.
But it still looked really pretty from like all the stuff I saw. So I'm just trying to imagine on full graphical power with VR as well how mind blowing it would be, and like the audio design for it as well is really beautiful. There's like it has like very emotive like points where you can like when you walk around, the music becomes very emotive suddenly. And I don't know, maybe because I'm just very lonely in my room, I was very emotional and moved by the experience. So yeah, basically a big thumbs up for me. Yes. So yeah, there is like a VR bundle for it. There's like three other environments you can choose to use or download to your desktop. One of them, two of them are actually, including this one, is like a pay as you want. The other two are like Castle Rock Beach in Australia. The other one is like Fushima Inari Taisha, the shrine in Kyoto, which is, I think that the photographs for it are very iconic. It's the mountain path one with all the shrine red gates like all over the path. Like a big tunnel almost. It's like a red tunnel of shrine gates.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's very pretty. There's a third other one as well. I think it must be a more recent one, but it's Wakamarina Valley in New Zealand. That's a set price, but it's something like under $4 though. So, and the VR bundle, you get all three environments as all together, and that's like $8.99. That's really good.
You know what it sounds like you need? You know what it sounds like you need, Leak?
What?
Microsoft Flight Simulator.
I need a computer that can fucking run it. Because, that's what I need. And money. Yeah, I liked it very much. And also, thank you for Welsh for giving me a chance to pronounce these words correctly, because Welsh has some... Welsh also rolls R's. Huzzah! Anyway, yeah. That's essentially what I played today. I didn't have time for anything else, so I just stumbled across this and was very pleased and relaxed afterwards. So I will now pass on the mic.
Oh, that's very exciting. I didn't get to do too much until yesterday. But yesterday I decided I was finally going to play something on my backlog. Imagine that.
Oh man.
Yeah, I've not finished Tales of Vesperia Definitive Edition yet, so I've started that back up.
Me neither.
Yeah. But, Rigo's taking a nice dip at the moment, so it's going well. I have issues
I have issues too.
with the dub. And
Yes.
and I think I would actually have played this in Japanese, except I don't like Yuri's JP voice. I really don't.
Don't like his English voice. Don't like his JP
The upside
voice.
is I like everyone else in English, so I'm just able to play through that. I mean, I like everyone else in both languages, to be honest. Yeah, Yuri just kind of comes off as a dick in Japanese, and in English he just has. I know. Let me.
He is a dick.
No, let me finish. In English, when it's Troy, he comes off, yes, as a dick, but one with a heart of gold. His jokes feel like jokes. They don't feel quite so stinging. But again, I don't speak the language, so that's my. I guess unlike some people who are drawn to the fact they don't speak it, so they hear like the lyrical nature. Like, yeah, no, that sounds great. If I don't get the nuances, I'm not into it.
Yeah.
And like Troy really nailed it with his nuance. I mean, this is a pretty early Troy role, and that well, maybe not that early, but early enough. And so it's nice to hear him just be a cool guy. And Grant is also a cool guy, but Grant works with one emotion at a time. Where Troy could be like, for lack of better words, two-faced about his approach. He could be smiling and sound charismatic, but be threatening someone. Grant George can't do that. He puts on a very cool voice. Admittedly, he sounds very good. Not a good voice match, but that was never going to happen. But he can't do the layers, and it's kind of I followed his stuff for a while because well he followed me, so I'm just it's exactly what you think. It's just you get a Grant George performance. It's one of his better ones, but it's a Grant George performance.
My problem is with with how they did the localization or how they did the dub, and not like who they got to do the dub. They should not have mixed Grant and Troy in the same sentence, and they do that, and that just makes honestly it almost makes the game unplayable. I will load up. I will get like a 360 and load up the Xbox version of that game before I will re-download the Steam version.
Yeah, it's not frequent that it happens in like the exact same scene, but they happen back to back enough that it's very jarring.
Yes.
I don't like that aspect. But can't be helped. I waited a very long time to play this stupid title, and it's I'm gonna do it, damn it. But no, I mean that's it's my only big gripe is the voiceover. That's not true. The early game was absolutely horrendous. Maybe I don't remember.
No, it's definitely beer goggles or nostalgia goggles.
But holy crap, when you have like nothing to work with, this game does not feel fun to play.
No, the gameplay is dated.
Well, I mean,
it is.
To be fair, once you get over limit and a couple of extra moves, it becomes much more fun play. It's like manual cancelling is fine and allows it to be much more fluid, but before like you actually have like a full move set, it's a slog.
Yeah, it's unfortunate because like I come from like playing the Tales games like Xillia and Berseria, which have hell, even Graces
Yeah.
F, which have the superior battle system. And
Yeah,
then
no, and
in the
I can't argue with that.
first 10 hours of Vesperia, it's like the battle system for Vesperia plus the crappy way they did the dubbing. It's just I can't do it.
No, it's entirely understandable. See, whereas you started, or not started, but you come from the comfort point of Graces and Forward. I'm actually from Vesperian before. I
Well, no, see,
started with
I've played Vesperia before. Like I played it back on the 360, and like
sure.
yeah, it's just I can't do it again after have I can't go forward from Vesperia and then regress back to Vesperia.
Oh, I can. Yeah, no, I'm like one of my favorite games is still Tales of the Abyss.
No, no, and I can still play Tales of the Abyss, but
Yeah,
I don't the the battle system in Vesperia seems honestly a lot more sluggish than it does in Abyss. Because in Abyss I know the inner workings of the battle system.
yeah. I feel like that's only true of the first third, maybe half of the game. Like once you actually get access. Also, are you playing on semi-auto or manual?
Um, I think
Allow
on
me to rephrase. Are you playing on default, or did you actually mess with it?
dude, it's been years.
Well, if you play on semi-auto, I can see how this wouldn't be great. I can, especially after like Graces and Berseria,
Yeah,
I can absolutely see how this wouldn't be great.
I play manual most of the time on. No, I honestly I probably wouldn't have been manual in Vesperia because I don't think I like looked into it that much. But like I know in Graces and Berseria I play manual.
Yeah, I remember seeing the old combo videos in Vesperia and going, "Yep, I want to do that. Thanks." So yeah, I'm putting time into relearning. Since I've played it before, putting time into relearning how to do all that again. And it is in fact pretty rough coming back from Berseria. I'm going to play Berseria again after this, just as a point of comparison, and I'm sure it's going to be night and day.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like more than anything, I'm not actually playing this for the combat. Like I have said a lot of negative things thus far. I really like the characters. I really like the characters.
Oh yeah, no, the characters.
Carol
Yeah.
notwithstanding. Bless him, he has a whole arc. He's well written. I still can't stand him.
Prepare to die, Egg Bear.
That's the one. Good old Captain Carol. But yeah, no, the characters just are really endearing. It's something that the Tales games gets right more often than not, right? I mean,
Yeah.
this is just more good things, and now I have the addition of Flynn, and Paddy is also there. I guess I don't care,
Yeah.
but it's fun because I get to watch Yuri be at once a monster and a hero, and literally he is Batman.
He's like
Only
one of the best
you're going to
anti-heroes.
die.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
one of the
he's
best.
really complicated. I do enjoy that. Uh, I've always really enjoyed Rita. I think watching her arc, especially at the beginning, going from being an absolute brat to being like a legit member of the team, is really cool. Estelle is a can of worms, and that's charming. And she tries so hard. And you have the best boy. Repeat.
Good old Pete.
No, but honestly, one of my favorite characters is Raven.
Oh yeah.
And like once you've played the story, it becomes understandable. Oh, it's good cast, and the story itself is really neat. I still literally can't believe that it's. I really felt like we got the Aqua Blastia back sooner than we did.
Oh
It's
no,
like
Aqua
Jesus, this game is
Blasius.
legitimately. How did this mindless side quest in any other game become like the main plot point for this?
Nope.
But it leads into everything else, and that's really cool.
Yeah, fucking the Barbados fight is so far into the game, or like it feels like it's so far into the game, because like even after the Barbados fight, it's still very long time before you even hit the end of the game.
Yeah, Yeah, yeah. But I mean, it's your first. I don't know. I've been beelining. I've not been doing much grinding or extra stuff, but it's a chunk into the game.
Yep.
But yeah. Anyways, that's like I said. I didn't have much time this week, and I think I put all of my time yesterday and like an hour the day before.
Yep.
So that this is my plan to go through Berseria. That's next. Go through Vesperia, play Berseria. We'll see what happens from there.
Sweet. All right. Well, on to the first bit of news, and I put the first one first because I put the saddest one first because just like a band-aid. I like to get that ripped open. So one of the voice actresses for Resident Evil Village has unfortunately passed away this week. Her name was I'm gonna butcher this, so I'm going to let Dalit say the name.
It's not Jeanette Mouse.
Dude, it could be Mouse, it could be Mao, it could be it could be Jeanne, it could be
It could be. I just know her as Janet Mouse. I don't think I've ever
okay.
heard her say her name.
I don't know. Anyway, she is she voices some of the she voices various characters in Resident Evil Village, but more importantly, she voices at least I think she voices one of the witches. The one specifically kind of looks like Scarlet Witch, if I recall correctly. It's the one with the red the red undermouth. She died. She was 39, and she had apparently been fighting colon cancer this past year. So it's unfortunate.
Yeah, it's always heavy to lose someone in the industry. It's always heavy whenever you hear anyone passing away of cancer. But she'd been in movies and gaming. I think she did more than just voiceover. I believe she also did mocap, but I can't be sure.
She's also a teacher as well.
Did not know that.
Yeah, if I recall correctly.
But yeah, the Resident Evil family was very sad to lose her. She will be missed.
Yep. So EU is going to rule on Microsoft's acquisition of ZeniMax Studios by March 5th. This will put forth on whether Microsoft will actually have all this Bethesda stuff or not. At least in the EU. Pretty sure it's like already went through in for NA. I'm not sure what type of acquisition laws that EU has, but I'm pretty sure Microsoft knows what they're doing, and everything's probably on the up and up. So
yeah, this kind of caught me by surprise because I've been busy, so I've been a bit out of it. I didn't realize there was an issue with the ZeniMax acquisition. I was certainly unsure as to why the EU was so keen on reviewing it. So, that was strange.
it's mainly because it's such a huge buy. And so
Is it a monopoly warning or not warning, but worry?
it's possibly a monopoly worry. I don't. It's not like this. The reason why I think everything's on the up and up is because it's one studio that has a bunch of studios under it, but like it's not the whole gaming market. It's not even half the gaming market that's under ZeniMax. So, I think this is just EU being a little precautious, and they probably are going through all the notes and everything on it.
I do understand that. It does make the gaming space, especially the PC gaming space, pretty limited.
Yeah, but
it's not a monopoly at all yet. But like,
I mean, it's still funny because half of the games that are that were in development with that are under ZeniMax, like with Bethesda and everything. A lot of them are still actually exclusive to PlayStation.
I did notice this, and some of them have had that tag stripped, but not all has been said and done yet.
Yeah, like a lot of the games are still actually going to be exclusive to Sony. So uh, it's just really funny that Microsoft acquired a studio that they're going to still that they're going to be making PlayStation games that for. So it's just like so
Well,
I wonder if Microsoft's going to have like their own little emblem on the case or whatever. Microsoft, but on a Sony product.
I mean, I think I think they'd be allowed, but that'd be weird. Anyway, and we know that the merger case has a provisional deadline of March 5th, so
Yeah.
more information to come.
Yep. So before last week, we had a word that Halo Infinite was going to have some news come out. Thought it was going to be a little bit more tangible than what we got, but all we really got was Halo Infinite's going to have a fully customizable control scheme, which means you actually get to pick and choose your controls instead of it being just like Southpaw or bumper jumper or anything like that. You actually get to pick what your buttons do on your controller and or your keyboard. And they showed a bunch of screens for the high res guns that are going to be in the game, and they look like high res versions of the BR and all that stuff. So it look really cool.
Yeah, they all look very familiar. They just look, nicer.
Yeah. So the Escape sequel was already announced, but the studio actually had not been created yet for it. Now EA has actually put the pen to the paper, and the studio is going to be called Full Circle.
I know a lot of people who are really excited at the prospect of another Skate, and super disappointed when it just repeatedly was not turning up at game shows. I think Tony Hawk has cooled them a bit on it, but without a doubt, if you're a big skater, if you are the skater boy, look forward to having another one soon.
The skater boy. I'm done with you. So yeah. So this one's not entirely surprising at all. Google Stadia shuts down internal studios, and changing their business focus. This is really funny because Stadia's not doing too hot.
No, it's not.
It's really funny, and everybody could have told you that Stadia was gonna probably.
But Aqua, this comes as a massive surprise because over the last year, gamers and developers alike had been praising Stadia for its model. Clearly, this was the way of the future, and according to the Google representative, even IPs would understand and adjust their payment plans to allow for this. Yeah, like you said, no one was buying this. This was the most obvious failure to happen.
They were giving it away for free. If you had YouTube Premium, which is only $11.99 a month, all right, but so you really technically it was only $11.99 what you had to pay for. They were giving you a free Stadia like system.
Yeah, sure were.
So like this Stadia was never going to work. These cloud services are they're like some like Microsoft has their own like cloud-based service which might work because their like structure is a little different when it comes to that.
Mm-hmm.
Google Stadia was literally just you stream your game, you don't own your game. This was never going to work, and their infrastructure for it was absolutely shitty. And
I think we all can remember back to sometime in the early winter months of this past year, or whenever it was first brought out, watching the actual latency issues it was having.
Oh yeah, it was god awful. Like watching people try to play Destiny on Stadia is heart wrenching.
Yeah, it's not a good look.
No, it's bad. More news on that one in the coming months, I assume. Google Stadia is probably just going to shut down entirely. Um,
We
Probably by the
should
end of this
say
year.
this though. They've let go of 150 people,
Ugh.
and I saw a few people saying that these people will be taken care of. They'll be finding other jobs in
Yeah.
Google, which sounds like a good thing, except a lot of people that go are game devs. What game dev jobs at Google are they going to find? They might
Mm,
have other opportunities there, but are they going to want to go after them?
I'm sure
I mean,
there. I'm sure there are going to be other companies that are looking for more game devs.
it's true, but what do they do in the interim? Like this
Take their
is,
severance and hope to God that they can survive off of it.
yeah, that's what it is.
Yeah. So. Uh, but we'll see in the next couple months what actually happens with Stadia. I'm assuming Stadia will probably not be a thing anymore after this year. Um, just like with Amazon Game Studios, the only game that they're actually working on is New World, and we'll see how that actually pans out.
Hasn't that already been delayed twice?
Yeah, it's been delayed a couple times. I mean, and all their other games have been shut down. Like, I mean,
Yes, that was what I was going to get at
Crucible
next.
released, went back to beta, and then got canned. So,
Yeah, yep.
this next bit of news was absolutely hilarious. So,
Oh, I only
CDPR
knew half of it.
CDPR released the official modding tools for Cyberpunk. Literally less than 24 hours later, they had to ban a certain mod and tell people do not make sex mods of Keanu Reeves because
That is hilarious.
people were already making sex scenes where you get to have sex with Keanu Reeves with these official modding tools.
See, the last time
Mm.
I heard about this story, they had just released they hadn't released the tools. They'd released something.
The
They'd
API?
released, yeah, exactly. They released API, so people were able to get in there and read things, and they create their own tools. And honestly, they probably do it better, as is the case with
Yeah.
many communities, which is fine. But that's where the story ended for me. I was like, okay, cool. I look forward to seeing what some of these mods were. I mean, the ones we have already are pretty helpful.
Man, that must be so weird for Keanu Reeves because he clearly specifically wouldn't want this because he would have had to written it into his contract.
Yeah.
And it must be really freaking weird to see this. Like, if this is a female actress, there would be such a hullabaloo. And
Oh yeah,
I feel for Keanu Reeves for the same, like, at the same level. It'd be fucking weird. These people are making mods to do things to you that you didn't agree to.
Yeah. It's
you hit the nail on the head.
yeah. Keanu Reeves is probably looking at this like, man, you guys are fucking weird. I said you guys were breathtaking, man. This is what you do to me? You make
I
me have
mean,
sex with you?
despite projecting a very dude bro attitude, I mean, there are limits, and
Yeah.
this is far and above what I'm sure he's comfortable with. Otherwise, we probably would have had a sex scene with Johnny in the game.
Yeah. And, I mean, this is what I don't get. CDPR should have known this was going to happen.
Absolutely.
They, of all people, know their player base. They should have went out and said, please do not make sex mods of Johnny Silverhands.
That said, there are two issues with this.
Yeah.
One, this was inevitable, which doesn't make it right. It makes it inevitable.
Mm-hmm.
So taking it down immediately was the correct call. Two, I mean, yeah, if your model's in the game, if you put a model in the game and then release modding tools, you've seen the internet.
Mm-hmm.
You know those models are going to be stripped down, have their proportions adjusted, have all manner of things added and removed from them, and yeah, inevitably someone's getting a sex scene.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even just mean all of that sexually. I mean, like, this, like, literally, like, those models, every single model in the game is now open to be adjusted in however way the modder chooses. So, yeah, this was inevitable. And I don't think there's any way to protect against that once it's in the game, the modding tools are out there. But, I mean, yeah, you have to keep a weather eye out for this, especially with, I'm sure, contractual obligations to consider about the celebrity in your game.
Mm-hmm.
Because unlike Grimes, who appears as a completely unique character to Cyberpunk, Johnny Silverhand is wearing Keanu's face.
Mm-hmm. And well, Keanu's body too. I
Yeah,
would assume they probably just modeled him after Keanu. Period.
I mean you're right, but I don't think most of the body model matters.
Mm.
I'm not gonna recognize Keanu from his
From his
fucking
build.
jacked arms or he's like
Yeah.
goddamn 10-pack. It's that
Likeness
the face
is
is the
usually
moneymaker.
his face. Usually is the likeness is the face and whatnot. Or any
I'm
other
sure-
unique traits.
I'm sure to a minor degree the reason why Grimes is on someone like Lizzie Wizzy and not Grimes in game is because she didn't want this as a risk. Maybe I'm
Yeah.
wrong. Maybe Lizzie Wizzy was always just the plan for her. Also, God, I'm taking all the punch out of this topic by calling her Lizzie Wizzy, but that's her name. But yeah, she's never gonna have to worry about this. And like Leek said, if this had been her, not the character, but actual Grimes, we'd probably have seen a big old hullabaloo. Meanwhile, this is the first time I'm hearing about this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, but we'll see. I mean, I expect more of these types of like things to come out, but like I'm pretty sure CDPR is being pretty quick at banning um, any type of like mod like this to come out.
Yeah, I'm sure they have eyes on Nexus mods and
Yeah.
any other mainstream mod sites.
Yeah, they're like that modding as a community is usually for the force of good and adding stuff that is great and fun and you know, positive whatever. But or even like features that they think they needed added but didn't have in the original game. But there is obviously this darker side to modding where people misuse it. And you know, like last time this cropped up and it was very disgusting was in Final Fantasy 14, for example. People made naked mods
Yeah.
in the middle of that mess. And yeah, not all of the characters are adults, by the way, but that's what they aimed the naked mod at, and it was pretty damn gross.
Mm-hmm.
So there has to be some way to punish people other than just banning. I don't know how far people can take it, but it's just, yeah, this is something you have to watch out for if you're developing a game, folks, especially on PC platforms. Be prepared for that.
Be prepared.
I mean, to be fair, I've modded my Witcher 3. I've added outfits, I've added potions, and yeah, I've seen what else there is to add. I saw Triss and Yennefer. And I mean, to be fair, Geralt.
Yeah. Like I said,
like,
I'm
this
not.
is going to happen to everything. Like this should be a known quantity.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just to avoid inevitable hate, if people don't get what I'm saying, like literally, mods are great, but
Yes.
there are fuck ups and people who use it for the forces of evil, if
Yeah.
you want to put it like that. So
Forces of evil.
Evil. Yeah, like companies need to take this into consideration.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I mean, and don't get me wrong, I understand that is difficult, and that I don't know, like I'm not a dev, and I actually don't know much about the dev tools. I don't know that you can release modding tools and then protect certain assets. I don't know if that's a thing you can do. So I don't know if like it just comes with the freedom, or I don't know how they're going to deal with it. But yeah, there do need to be rules in place, even if it is just getting on top of things like this and deleting and maybe handing out an unfortunate ban here or there.
Yep. Anyway, Epic Game Store grew more than 160 million PC users in 2020. Now, I don't want to say this is because of their system of giving out free games each week,
I do.
but no, I mean, okay, but I was about to say it's because of them giving out free games each week.
Yeah, I mean, like this is very. I mean, you were joking about it, but yeah, this is the obvious strategy, and it's been working
Pretty
very
well.
well because it's not just games that people have to assume will be good. Sprinkled in fairly liberally are games that you know the quality of.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a very interesting move that alongside having a better payout for devs, well, not devs, but I guess companies in general, has been it's been a shrewd set of decisions to keep people coming in.
Mm-hmm.
All that Fortnite money at work, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh, speaking of which, if you're interested in playing Control and you have a PlayStation, it is free on PS Plus this month.
Oh, really?
Yes. If you have a PS5, you get the Ultimate Edition for free. But if you have a PS4, you just get the PS4 version.
Well, Leek was kind enough to show me Snake playing it. So I'm going to give that a go, I think.
Yeah.
At some point.
I'll probably download it too, just to have it. So next, we got some Resident Evil 4 remake news this past week. Capcom is removing M2, which was the people that developed the Resident Evil 3 remake. And they're going to be helming the remake for Resident Evil 4, which means that the game is getting delayed a bit because they're restarting from scratch again to make this remake. The reason being is that M2 kind of wanted to make a one-for-one remake of 4.
Motherfucking stupid piece of shit. Push the talk. Fucking hello.
Hi, welcome back. That's staying in, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
yeah,
staying in.
fine, whatever. Like, but yeah, no, I was interested in this whole like steering.
Yeah.
So
Capcom wasn't doing the RE4 remake. They had licensed it off to M2, which was the same people that did the RE3 remake.
Yeah.
Which everybody loved the RE3 remake. Or most people loved the RE3 remake. Anyway, M2 wanted to make the remake a one-for-one from our actual RE4. They wanted to keep everything the same, just increase the graphics and increase the, I guess, make the controls a bit better.
Yeah, they wanted to take the safest route with this beloved, stupid, campy game.
Capcom doesn't want to do that. They want to make their own envision of a new RE4. They said it's going to be spiritually the same as original RE4, but they're going to add stuff into it. I guess they're trying to make it to where it kind of fits more in with the canon or whatever. Because 4 is when it starts being when the virus starts being more Earth-based than it is actual biological, actual being created in a lab. So I guess they're going.
Do you think they'll tie it with Resident Evil 8?
I think they'll tie it with 7, which ties with 8.
Okay, fair enough.
Because 7 already kind of ties with 5, because and I need to research this up correctly because I only took hints of what I saw from the files that were in RE7 that were kind of redacted. I think that the that the biological thing that Evelyn had was an experiment based off of the Ouroboros virus in 5. But I need to actually research that up to 100% say that's what it is. But yeah, so they want to have it spiritually be the same as the original RE4, but they want to add more. I think they want to add more stuff to it and probably make it its own thing. because
I think that's
because 2 and 3 were like pretty much 1-for-1 remakes of of 2 and 3. 3 was a little bit different, but 2 was ultimately kind of the same as original 2, just like super fucking escalated.
yeah.
So I think what they want to do is their own thing with 4. And I know
I
a few
think that's
people.
noble.
Yeah, I think that is noble, but
I also think that this is the actual dangerous path.
yeah.
And whilst 4 will always be out there for everyone to enjoy, if you mess up the remaster, it's what people remember. It's recency bias.
Yeah. I did
Okay.
I did re-download 4,
Yeah. Did
and
you
so
know?
I'm gonna play it at some point.
Refresh your brain.
Yeah.
It's so bad.
I think they could probably get away with some of the potential anger, for nostalgia anger. I'm gonna say,
Yeah.
if they, depending on how they frame it and how they name the
Yeah.
title. If they say it's a remaster, people will expect it to be the same.
Well, it's gonna be a
that they're
remake.
looking better. Yeah, it'll be a remake. They have to make this clear, and they have to probably add some sort of like Resident Evil 4 blah 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 0.5 whatever, I don't know, like
Yeah.
something to just make it clear that they're redoing it, or just be open with what they're doing during development as well.
I think
I
what
like that. I like
Yeah.
that. I don't think we're gonna get that, but I
No.
like that. I hope I'm wrong.
I think what M2 wanted to do was more of a remaster than a remake. Like I think it was going to be a remake in the sense that they coded this all on their they coded the whole game all on its own to have like increased textures and everything, and like better visuals and all that. But I think Capcom just wanted a from the ground up remake. So I expect I expect a decent amount of story changes in this remake. Than what I would have expected from M2.
I mean, I still think it's gonna be a good game because I
Oh
think
yeah.
just with the last few games they've pumped out, it's been quality. So I worry about my own bias of just having this B movie romp.
Dude, 4's so good.
Kind of messing with my experience of the new one because
Hey,
naturally I'm gonna get it. So
do you think they'll include the suplex?
God, I hope so.
No, dude, you gotta have that. You gotta have a knife fight with Krauser at the end.
I want the knife fight. I want the suplex. I want your right hand comes off.
I want the bitch in the red dress.
Oh yeah, Ada's gonna come back.
Can't wait. Can't wait.
She's not a bitch, she's the queen. God damn it.
He specifically says bitch in the red dress.
Krauser does not like Ada.
Yeah.
Now I want Leon to shout at him. She's not a bitch, she's the goddamn queen. Punch.
That's never gonna happen.
It might if the internet gets its way.
So Platinum Games, they had this over the past like 12 years, and by 12 years I mean like 6 or 7. They had this like teaser thing where they were going to announce 5 different titles or like things that they're doing with their IPs or new IPs. And they had announced 3. The 4th one was technically an April Fool's joke, because when they announced it was April 1st, and it was a joke. So now they're teasing their 5th announcement, which actually is getting delayed to next year, because it was supposed to come out this year. And they said they updated their site and everything for it, and they pretty much said wait for later on this year for an announcement about it. And it's supposed to be smaller in scale of what they're normally doing. So everybody that's waiting for the Bayonetta 3 announcement, don't even waste your time on this. I have no idea what Platinum Games is fucking doing. They made what was the last game they came out with? Astral Chain. I played a little bit of that. It's kind of fun. But the best thing about it is it's OST, The gameplay's
I know
a little.
people
Eh.
really like that game, and like it responds really well, and it probably lives up to the concept. I genuinely did not enjoy the
It
conceit of that game.
it ran like trash. To be fair,
Oh no, that's not my issue. I don't think it ran that bad. What?
no, it runs pretty bad.
Oh, maybe I have to go back and refresh my memory because it'll be
Yeah.
a trip. It'll be a quick trip back. I tell you what. Yeah, no, my issue was I just genuinely didn't like the concept behind the loop.
No, I didn't like it either. Um, and I was actually pretty hyped for this game because it looked really cool in the trailers. But I mean, that's Platinum for you. They'll show you
To be
something
fair,
really nice in trailers, and then it might not be very good.
the game in motion still does look like when someone who knows what they're doing is playing it. It still looks pretty good.
Yeah, no, yeah. Just get what Suhi Legend on it. Suhi Legend on it.
Sui Legend would make great clips from that. Yeah. Before Astral Chain, what was their last project? Was it not Near?
Yeah, Nier. I mean, Nier is good.
Yeah, so they take some considerable time between projects, and when Platinum is rushed, especially, they can put out some real stinkers. I think Platinum, more so than any company I've kept up with, really has to be invested in what they're putting out to put out like truly top quality stuff.
So the problem with Platinum Games is that they always get themselves into these weird corporate situations where they're working on games with other people, and
Yeah.
then they get dropped.
Yeah.
You saw it with Scalebound, with Microsoft. You saw it with Grand Blue Fantasy Relink, where they got dropped from Side Games.
They did.
Now we're in a really weird state because Platinum's not connected to any company anymore. They're their own publishing company now. So they'll be publishing and creating their own games.
Yep.
And we will see. The rumor
They're
of
back. They're bitter. They're in control, and Kamiya has his finger over the block button,
yeah.
just
Oh
waiting.
goodness. Okay, quick aside. Hideki Kamiya is a really cool guy in that he dresses well.
and he's an asshole.
Hideki Kamiya is an asshole.
Yeah.
He is a man with a vision, and if you stand in the way of any part of that vision, he brings unnecessary amounts of unchill with him.
Mm-hmm. Don't ask him any questions. He'll block you.
Jeez, that
Especially in
man is a
English.
Yeah,
prick.
especially in English.
If you speak to him in English, he'll block you instantly.
Dude, his Twitter
But
is
he's
filled
also
with him
really funny and
ranting.
very talented.
He
So.
rants
Yeah.
on Twitter like it's nobody's fucking business. He
Yeah,
gets away
yeah.
with saying so much shit on Twitter. Everyone's
It's because Hideki Kamiya approaches this as if he's just one of us,
yeah.
someone with nothing to lose, when in fact he has quite a bit to lose.
No, but nobody in fucking Japan's gonna hold him up to his accountability
No,
with his
he's
words.
been too influential in major companies on major titles.
He's a rock star in everybody's eyes over
He
there.
is. He is. That's a good way of putting it. He is a rock star, and unlike Kojima, who is carried by the fans as if he's a rock star, Kamiya carries himself like he's a rock star.
Yeah.
No one will argue with him because he's quite a presence.
Oh,
Basically.
yeah. But I mean, look forward to seeing what Platinum does. I mean,
I very much do.
There's always the rumor of Bayonetta 3 coming out at some point in time. But that's a
vaporware.
meme. That's a meme. Yeah, who knows? Warner Bros. Though files a patent for a Mortar Games Nemesis system. I'm not sure what that means. That's a sentence.
Did they not already have that patented?
No, apparently not.
Oh, yeah, it's a fairly unique system. It's, I think, the only game I've ever seen do something like that.
Oh,
That
it was
isn't just
first
like-
filed in 2015.
Yeah, okay.
So
So
I
I'm
guess
sure they're just renewing it so as to, have no no one swoop in and make a game like Shadow of Mordor only good because it's not absolutely shredded by its monetization. Yeah, I said it.
Yeah, I mean, no, I agree with you. Fuck that game.
Uh, but you know, I'm not at all surprised that they want to keep that system for themselves as long as possible because it's super unique. It's super unique.
I have Shadow of Mordor.
I think I do too,
I have
from like PlayStation Plus or something.
I have it physically.
Oh yeah, no, I don't have that.
I think I got it for like very cheap. Um, so next, the PSO. God, I was supposed to say PlayStation. Fucking a. The PSO2 New Genesis JP beta ended, and I've seen a couple of clips, a couple of videos of like the new systems that are brought into the game. Looks fucking great. Like holy
That
shit.
game looks better and better every time I see it. Oh.
I'm gonna play Punchy McPuncherson, man. It looks
Understand,
so good.
completely understandable.
So good. Looks so
It
good.
looked so good.
Can't wait.
So yeah, I've been well, not really following. I haven't had the time to follow. I know of a couple of YouTubers I can go to be updated on what went down during that closed beta. So I'll be checking it out, seeing what was covered, what can be brought over from vanilla, and what that entails. Even though I'll be starting fresh.
Yeah, same.
But yeah, no. There's going to be a lot of info that's already out, and will probably continue to come out as it's translated from Japanese to English.
Mm-hmm. Can't wait. Um, so God of War is getting a PS5 patch. It's coming out today, technically for me. We don't have a I don't have a PS5, so I'm not gonna benefit from that. Today being February 2nd. Yeah, that's great. It's gonna come with 4K, 60 FPS, performance mode, etc. All that great stuff. Surprise.
Admittedly, probably should have been there at launch, but you know, we take this.
Oh well, I mean, you did have. I think you did have that with the Pro. You had like performance like version for the Pro.
Okay, fair enough.
But you didn't have it for like a normal. And then, like this is an actual PS5 version of the game, I guess, that's coming out. So like when you stick in your PS4 disc, when you stick in your PS4 disc into PS5, it's gonna be like, do you want to download the PS5 version of this game? And you hit yes, because why would you want to play the PS4 version after you have PS5? But
yeah, I'd like to see what the visual changes are, because I think performance is easy enough to see, and I don't think this game would honestly be too hampered by having slightly less than 60 FPS. It's not fast enough for that to be a major issue.
No.
But like this game it's a playable movie. I am very interested in like seeing visuals for once more than anything else.
Every week that goes by, and I'm reminded that I don't have a PlayStation 5, and I'm just sitting here like,
oh, friend, we're doing the wrong kind of podcast if you don't want to be reminded.
I know, right? I'm just like, I really want a PlayStation 5. Fucking A. Next, to no surprise, Battleborn shuts down for good. I don't think really anybody played it that often. It was kind of like people played it like the first couple months it came out, but then it was just kind of dead in the water after that.
Was it like a League clone, or was it? What is it?
No, it's a hero shooter. It was like a.
Well, it was more like League than what it's often compared to, which is Overwatch, and this had the poor timing to come out during the Overwatch beta.
I see.
Yeah.
So everyone made, admittedly, kind of unfair comparisons between the two. When I think personally, League is a much stronger comparison for what this game is going for. That said, I mean, everyone else was just really looking for Overwatch, and they got it. So
yep.
This game has been kind of dead in the water for 2 years. It initially came out in 2016, and it did well-ish immediately, and it kind of also immediately saw a lot of drop-off. So it eventually went free-to-play, saw a second chance at life, and has been dwindling, and now, well...
Yeah, now it's shut down.
Now it's shut down.
It didn't really get much updates too. Like they didn't add stuff onto it. So I feel like if they would have like maybe put some like more development time into like adding stuff to the game, it might have been like other free to play games where you get this like you get like a steady influx of numbers every once in a while, and it might be able to like sustain itself. But
I think that's very true. I think if it had gotten more support, maybe it would have seen better. I did hear a lot of people commenting that they weren't keen on the um, kind of all over the place design for the characters. And that might sound weird when you look at League and see how ridiculous most of those look.
oh god,
But
yeah,
everything was more cohesive at the beginning, and Battleborn was kind of all over the place to start with.
yeah,
So I don't know, maybe having a more cohesive design off the start. I don't know. There's a lot of things that kind of contributed to this game not reaching the level of I can't even say that it wanted to reach the level of being able to continue existence.
yeah. Um. So, I have this question.
Yeah.
Does Blizzard try to like do stuff in the same month as Square for their MMOs? Like, do they just do this all the time?
It's routinely a bad idea, and they keep doing
They
it.
do this all like, and I don't even think it's a bad idea because I think it's actually a good idea because like 14 has like their updates or like their big news thing or whatever, and then fucking Blizzard comes out with their big news stuff, and it's like it's kind of like a little kind of friendly like back and forth competition thing going on or whatever. But it kind of gets annoying half the time because I'm just like, all right, I'm ready for this 14 news that we're getting this week for Friday, and then I learned literally yesterday that Blizzard's doing their online BlizzCon the same month. And I just feel like it's really weird that like 14
Yeah,
doing...
but like, how many people play both 14 and World of Warcraft or Blizzard or other Blizzard things as well?
Yeah. Well, I mean, no, that's fair, but I'm saying I swear I think Blizzard looks and sees when 14 has something planned, and they schedule something for around that same time. Because it happens consistently.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Shadowbringers comes out. Oh, what happens like a half a year later? Rumors and then the announcement of Shadowlands, and then every time like a patch comes out, there's an update to WoW as well, like within like the next couple of weeks.
Ooh, get those tinfoil hats on, boys. Blizzard is attempting as best as it can to undermine Final Fantasy to no success.
I mean, I feel like it's there's like a friendly competition going on between that, but it's just kind of
mutual, like, I guess heckling, or shall we say banter, online banter? I don't know. Bants. Yeah, I say it's good to keep each community buzzing, I suppose, and they feed off each other.
I bet Yoshi P loves it because Yoshi P loves playing WoW. So
yeah, it's not a negative thing, I don't think.
No.
But
I just find it funny. It just happens so frequently.
Yeah.
At this point, it's just the MMO hype cycle. It's not the Final Fantasy. It's not the World of Warcraft. It's the MMO. Because I'm sure there are other ones that we don't quite notice that are also like, I guess it's that time of the year, lads.
Yeah, like our mutual friend Evan jokes about it all the time. Like when I'm watching him on the stream, he's like, you know what's about to come up in WoW or whatever. Just look and see what 14 is doing, because then WoW's gonna completely copy that and put it into WoW.
So
they
got,
are
like...
kind of pretty obvious about.
Yeah, they're extremely obvious about it.
Yeah.
Torghast Tower? Oh, that's not Heaven on High or Palace of the Dead.
It's a smart move. Steal what works from the current number one. But boy, oh boy, you could stand to be a bit more, shadowy and stealthy about it.
It's just so funny. Like he consistently says that. He's like, this is how I know what's going to happen in WoW. 14's going to announce something, and then about half a year later, Blizzard's going to announce the same thing for WoW.
Is there a back and forth with the Twitter accounts around Shadowbringers as well?
Oh, there's back and forth
Oh,
between their
yeah.
Twitter accounts
Yeah.
between like
Yeah.
oh,
I
you have
enjoyed that
dragons?
bit,
Look at this dragon. Oh, whoa, look at this dragon.
though. Yeah, so like there's like a BlizzCon online it's called.
Yeah.
Where is
Later
it?
this month.
February 19th.
Yeah, which
and there's 2 days, something like that, right?
is
Yes.
which for people that play 14 know that this week on the 5th they're going to be doing their online announcement for probably the next expansion for 14, and the live letter is going to happen right after that.
Yeah.
So it just seems funny. Like
Yeah.
I'm waiting for, because there's supposed to be the online fan fest that is currently somewhat slated for May for 14.
Oh yeah.
And I'm waiting to see if Blizzard's gonna fucking do something for WoW at that month. I just
Well,
wanna...
they are. They're doing BlizzCon online. That's the whole thing here.
No, yeah,
on
for
their
this
website.
month. For this month, but
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
referring
yeah.
to if they're gonna do something in May for
A
WoW.
WoWyCon.
Yeah, or I mean, there could just be like an announcement for like WoW in May. Just something to keep it like, hey, you guys are looking at 14,
see,
but we're hey, WoW still exists, guys. So who knows?
Maybe, yeah. You have to keep your eyes peeled.
But it's funny. So yeah, there's
Yeah.
gonna be a BlizzCon online this week, this month. Look forward to that.
Yes.
We'll probably get. The thing that they teased. I think we're probably gonna get some Diablo news. Hopefully.
Yes, Diablo 3. Oh, there's a.
Well, it's just
Diablo
portraits.
3 Helm Transmog item.
Yeah.
That's for something else. But there's going to be multiple streams to watch. It looks like it's all going to be on YouTube because that's all their links are like going towards.
Yeah.
There's no Twitch icon anywhere. It's just YouTube.
But it'll be nice. We'll see hopefully some new game announcements. Maybe a Diablo 4 trailer, or an actual one. An actual one.
There's a lot of Diablo 3 items being shown off in all these packs they're advertising on their list of what they're going to reveal. So maybe, yeah, more Diablo stuff before. That'd be nice. I'm interested. I like Diablo.
Maybe an actual announcement of their Diablo 2 remake.
Please. Please.
Plus.
That's actually the only one I'm interested in.
Yeah, I know, right? All right. So we're on to the news of the week. The greatest news of the week. This is our last piece of news. What do you guys know about the stock market?
A whole lot more than I did.
Yeah, I was going to say, I learned more than I ever was interested in before.
All right, so
Instantly.
So Wall Street does their little things that they do all the time, which is trading and short trading. And this past month they decided, well, there's a couple of pretty known companies that are not doing so well this past couple of years, and they decided to start short trading their shares. And what by that means that they're borrowing shares from these companies in hopes that when the price goes down, they can just buy it at that lower price. But they already have the shares, so they can use those borrowed shares to trade to other people and get their money, so that they owe the company, so that the other people owe the company of what the shares that they have. So they actually don't have to actually spend any money, but they get money from the people that they're trading the shares to. Well, one of these companies just happens to be GameStop, and before all this happened, their shares were at like $4, very low, like extremely low. And GameStop hasn't been doing good these past years. But a subreddit called Wall Street Bets got a hold of this information that these Wall Street fucks were doing all this shit. And one specific person decided to drop $50,000 on shares for GameStop and told everybody, "Hey, start buying GameStop shares. We got to teach these Wall Street assholes that they can't be doing this crappy short trading because it's destroying companies." All right.
Yeah.
So GameStop stock went from $4 over that past week to almost to about 400.
Yeah.
And it's been bouncing between 400 and like 150 these past couple of weeks. Or at least this past week in general. And what that does is that all the people that short traded or that borrowed these shares, they don't get the money that the share isn't at what they borrowed it from. It's at what the current value is for it. So it's not like when they borrowed the share at $4, they can still sell it to a person that they borrowed it. They can't sell it to a person for $4. They have to sell it to a person for the amount that it's actually worth. So all these Wall Street people, all these like Wall Street hedge fund people that borrowed it from now owe GameStop or the people that they're selling it to the cost of what the share is, which at the moment it's like 200 and something.
It's lots of money now.
So Reddit is single-handedly destroying bits and pieces of Wall Street.
Yeah.
For millions of dollars. Actually,
Genuinely kind of impressive.
I think it's actually billions of dollars.
Yeah, it is.
It's like billions of dollars of these Wall Street fuckers, and it's so fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
But they're trying. But they're trying to stamp this out. They're trying to say, look, oh, you can't do this, but because because it hurts them, and not
to know about this. Stop them!
I saw like the biggest meme that I saw was like rich people. Why don't poor people just invest their money? Poor people, okay. Rich people, wait, no.
Wait, no, that's illegal.
No, not like that.
Yeah, they're certainly trying to make it that way now, which is bizarre.
I know. For at least for a day, the app Robinhood stopped people from being able to buy shares of GameStop stock.
Yep, you could only sell.
And and people were waking up to a lot of their shares already being liquidated.
Isn't that such an ironic name as well, Robin Hood?
Yeah.
Like, no, Robin, it's not what you're supposed to be doing. Don't side with them.
And so, as soon as people figured that out, a bunch of class action lawsuits against Robinhood started popping up, and then Robinhood was like, "Okay. Tomorrow we'll let you guys continue buying. We're sorry." But it's so funny that all these rich ass Wall Street fuckers can be can hurt companies by doing these short trading and driving their stocks down and all that stuff. But the moment the little guy comes in and goes, "Oh no, we're gonna buy stocks in this and and actually make money out of this," that the rich people are like, no, this is illegal. We can't do this. No, bitches, this is a free market. They're doing exactly what is in the rules of them being allowed to do.
Yeah, well, remember that the stock market is just a rich boys club. It's where they go, they bet money that doesn't really potentially exist on whether or not you're going to survive.
Yeah.
It's essentially rich boy casino.
Yeah. So now once you get involved, it's like, no, wait, hold on, no. You can't take our non-existent money, and then we have to make it real. It's not a game anymore.
Mm-hmm. I bet you GameStop's feeling really good right now.
Oh.
GameStop has been brilliant this whole time. Do you know what they've done?
Nothing.
What? Tell me.
Nothing.
Nothing. They just sat there.
Not a damn thing. They've smiled, sat there, and just put up the same Twitter updates that they always do.
Their investors are like, yes.
Well, the problem is currently the investors are not really, but thematically us.
Yeah,
So,
now,
yeah.
yeah. I meant they're like actual high business investors, like the
Yeah,
people
the few that they had that were actually
Yeah.
hoping that the company would bounce back on.
and the people on the board, like Reggie, who's on the board now, is
Sure.
probably like, yes, yes.
I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. When Reggie took the position, I was confused because GameStop has a very, very poor image that is kind of super anti-consumer, and it's weird that this person, whom we all love and adore, because he is like all for pro-consumer and being decent, goes there. And also because I was certain that company was like 6 months out from just going belly up.
Yeah.
So
not anymore.
Yeah. I don't know.
Secret Reddit person is. I'm putting my tinfoil hat on now. That secret Reddit person is Reggie. He started this all.
The
I can see it.
Fieseneck.
But you see some of these like big name people that are like not for like Wall Street and all that shit come out and like actually support Reddit. Like the biggest memer of them all, Elon Musk.
Elon fucking Musk
is sitting here like, yes, keep doing this. Fuck Wall Street.
Well, yeah, didn't they like Wall Street fuck up his own businesses in the past? So he's like, yep, this is just dessert.
Yeah, and now I mean. And now that's like all in the past because like fucking Elon Musk is the richest man in the world.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here. I'm actually waiting for my Robinhood app to confirm my bank account.
Good gracious!
No.
Really going to?
Are you doing this too?
No.
No. Okay,
So what I'm gonna do, because like GameStop's already too high. All right. If I would have like caught wind of this back when it was like under $50. I would have probably.
Can you imagine?
I would have probably definitely have thrown a couple of $100 at it. All right.
Yeah.
What I'm gonna do is do the biggest meme of it all. I'm investing in Dogecoin.
No, goodness gracious.
Yes, because it is cents right now. All right. And so if the meme continues very strongly, all right, and people actually invest into Dogecoin, all right. Because it actually has like, so a couple weeks ago, Dogecoin was only like fraction of a cent, all right, like small fractions of a cent.
And it's been the talk of everything the past couple of days. So
I'm gonna look at it right now, all right, fractions of a cent. Like when I looked at Dogecoin like a week and a half ago, it was less than a cent, all right.
It's gonna buy 10,000 stocks of Dogecoin.
It's at 3 cents now. All right. Imagine people that bought thousands and thousands and thousands of shares in Dogecoin already. All right. Before it got this high. Right. And then it got to 3 cents. Actually, a week ago, it was at 8 cents. All right. Imagine people that had bought thousands and thousands and thousands of shares of Dogecoin.
Yeah, they were making hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars.
Exactly. All right. And I honestly think at some point in time, Dogecoin's actually going to raise up pretty high, and not like super high, but I think at some point it'll hit like $1. Just because I know how
Do
memey.
you really? Holy shit!
Because I know how memey the internet is.
Even still, that would be monstrous.
All right. I'm gonna buy like a little bit into it because like it's 3 cents, all right. I can get 100 shares for $1.03. All right, so I could put like $10 to it. All right, that's $10. I'm like what I'm gonna use that for lunch one day. Okay, so I can sit on that for like ever, and then one day when the meme comes alive and that Dogecoin is actually up. Like a lot, I can be like, oh, hey, look, I have money now. Sell. So, yeah. Also, the Lord and Savior Elon Musk wants everybody to invest in Dogecoin, so.
Okay. Well, such meme, many stunk.
Yeah.
Yes.
Such meme, many stunks, man.
Yep. Okay.
But yeah.
Good luck.
Yeah. I mean, I'm gonna look at these other things because, like, I know AMC is one of the stocks that like those hedge funds were looking at. and there were a couple of other that might actually like rise up in price, depending on how focused Reddit is in all this. So we'll see. I'll let you guys.
You're gonna get that PS5 one way or another, eh?
Hey man, yeah. Maybe if I invest enough and I get enough back, I'll just like fucking buy a price gouged one. Be like, fuck it, I'll give you 1,700 for a PS5. I just want it.
No, don't do it.
No, I won't do it.
I would look down on you if you did that.
Now, if I get any hints of Walmart getting any PS5s, I will like put in time off to sit at my computer.
Buy Walmart? What?
No, not buy Walmart. Like if Walmart, yeah, we'll buy Walmart. Yeah.
No, I.
Wow, you're putting in that Monopoly Man monocle in right now, aren't you?
Yeah. No, I will take a few days off to like sit and stare at my computer to like refresh the Walmart page to buy me a fucking PS5.
No, I wish you all in all this because I mean, worst case scenario, you lose $10. Best case scenario, you gain amount of money.
Like, so if I invest $10 into it, that's okay, $10 or $13. We'll say that. That'll mathematically get me like 1,000 shares. All right. If Dogecoin hits 25 cents, right? That's like the lowest that's like the highest I actually really ever think Dogecoin will ever get. It's 25 cents, all right? That's $200 up from 13.
It's a good amount of money up from 13.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's like I knew people that have already. No, I don't know people, but like I've seen people that invested a shit ton into Dogecoin, like when it was super fractions on the cent, all right? And when it hit 8 cents, they were getting like 18,000% increase of what they.
So we understand. Like 80% of my irritation about this comes from the fact that it's Dogecoin.
Yeah, I know. It's a meme currency. I know. I mean, to be fair, Bitcoin in the beginning was kind of a meme currency, but the only
was.
I mean, it still is kind of a meme currency, but like, the thing that made Bitcoin so popular was that there's limited of Bitcoin. Dogecoin's literally a meme currency. Like, you can't even mine Dogecoin. It was just a currency just made up.
Correct.
So, like, there's an infinite supply of, like, the amount of people put into Dogecoin is, like, the amount of people, is, like, just going to be the amount that you get back from it. That being said, the more people that go put into it, who knows? We will see. But people that invested in GameStop stocks, keep holding on strong. Keep fucking over Wall Street, please. I have a friend that actually just put $6,000 into GameStop stock because the market does not interpret it, but like predict that it's going to hit $1,000, and that'll be quite an increase. So, but that's it that I have this week. What are you guys' plans for this week?
I'm gonna do what I'm keep doing, is find weird games on itch.io. Well, not weird, but interesting games that I find interesting that you probably will just sit and listen to me yet prattle on about next week.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
Things interesting.
Uh-huh.
I'm just gonna attempt to get more Vesperia in here and there.
More Vesperia? I mean, there's something else we're doing this week, guys.
Are we going to talk about getting together to do that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we've totes got it. We've got it on totally planned out. Totally totes. We're on the ball.
Yeah, so Friday there's an announcement for Final Fantasy 14 at like
Yep.
5 o'clock Pacific, I think,
Thereabouts.
which is like 8 o'clock Eastern. And we're gonna do a recording reaction to it, and hopefully it's
See,
greatly
we know
amazing.
exactly what we're doing.
Yeah. And that'll be up that night as well, because literally after we finish, I'm gonna hit the upload button, since I don't need to render it or anything.
Oh shit! I
Sounds
better
good.
not stumble on words.
And then
Get your red leather, yellow leathers out there.
and then the Monday after, when we do our next episode, we will have a special guest.
Yeah.
We shall.
Ooh, who will it be? Anyway,
What time will?
what time? What?
What time? What? No, the Final Fantasy 14 announcement will be for you guys. Because for me, it'll be like evening Japan, right?
Oh, I already said it's 5 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock Pacific, 8 o'clock Eastern.
In the morning.
No, afternoon
Afternoon.
or
Okay.
evening, technically.
Right, is it morning for me?
Yeah, I think it's morning for you. Yeah, it's 100% morning. It's like super early morning for you. Actually,
I think if it's 5 for us, it's about wake up time, and when I get back home for you.
Okay, it should be fine.
Yeah. I'm probably gonna play some East 8, and maybe I'll turn on Persona 5, maybe. And
I mean, worst case
some Day
scenario, if you
Effects.
get bored, East 9 comes out
East 9 is already out
in English.
right now.
I thought it dropped on the 4th.
Drops on the 2nd.
Oh, well, excuse me.
Yeah, but I wanna get through East 8 before
That's
I touch
fair.
it. So yeah, I think it's all that we have this week, guys. We will talk to you Friday, or you'll have something up for us Friday. Well, it's Friday.
Yes.
Bye-bye.
Au revoir.
Bye.
Thank you for listening. If you like this content and want to see more, please like, favorite, and subscribe. Links to our Twitters are in the description.